I'm Richard Roeper, and coming up right now, we're counting down the best movies of 2014. X-Men: Days of Future Past, Chef, Wild, The Homesman, St. Vincent, Kill the Messenger, Gone Girl, Edge of Tomorrow, The Fault in Our Stars, Under the Skin, Selma. All great movies, some of the best movies of the year, and yet they couldn't quite crack my top 10. All right, here we go. At number 10, Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, at the beginning of the year, I wouldn't even have put this on my list of the 50 movies I was most looking forward to seeing, but this turned out to be such a great time. From the clever one-liners to the crazy special effects to the universally likable cast, this was the best comic book movie of the year. Most of the country won't get a chance to see my number 9 film until 2015, but it is getting a limited release this year to qualify for awards, and it does deserve those awards.
Husband is a good man. Don't mistake his honesty for weakness.
J.C. Chander's A Most Violent Year is a pitch-perfect crime drama set in 1981.
Very disrespectful.
Oscar Isaac from Inside Llewyn Davis gives a breakout performance playing Abel Morales. He's a businessman trying to stay clean in a corrupt, grimy, bleak New York City. Jessica Chastain is luminous and dangerous as Abel's wife. There's kind of a David Mamet-like cadence to Chander's script, but he's got his very own, very strong voice. At number 8, another kind of chillingly effective drama, Foxcatcher. Based on the true story of the beyond eccentric billionaire John DuPont and his obsession with men's wrestling, this is a dark, deliberately paced, disturbingly great piece of work. Really good performances from Channing Tatum and Mark Ruffalo, and a game-changing performance from Steve Carell. The late Philip Seymour Hoffman gives a virtuoso performance in A Most Wanted Man. This is the latest in a long line of superb spy thrillers adapted from the works of John le Carré. Hoffman is mesmerizing, playing a German intelligence operator who gets caught up in an international maze involving an escaped Russian prisoner, a wealthy German banker, a suspected terrorist, a humanitarian lawyer, and an American CIA operative. This is one of the best thrillers in years.
Word is the Americans are taking an interest.
Watch your back.
At number 6, I'm going with Whiplash. This is Full Metal Jacket meets An Officer and a Gentleman with Jazz. Miles Teller confirms his status as one of the best young actors around, and the veteran character actor J.K. Simmons gets the role of a lifetime and kills it. He's a lock for a Best Supporting Actor nomination. You might not have heard of my number 5 choice, but The Drop is something you should give a try when it comes out on home video in January. The late James Gandolfini plays an East Coast criminal, but he's miles apart from Tony Soprano. This guy is a small-time operator perpetually seething over an injustice from a decade ago. Tom Hardy is brilliant as a brooding, seemingly simple bartender who's constantly underestimated. This movie reminded me of the golden age of Mean Street movies, the 1970s. At number 4, I don't know anyone who's seen this who wasn't blown away by Birdman. Michael Keaton is looking at a Best Actor nomination for his biting, darkly funny, sometimes tragic performance as a former action movie hero trying to stage his own comeback on Broadway.
Who is this guy? He used to be Birdman.
From the much talked about one continuous shot cinematography to the perfect score to the amazing cast that includes Edward Norton, Emma Stone, and Naomi Watts, this is an unforgettable film. Keaton is pure fire. Tom Hardy makes another appearance on the top 10 list this year with Locke. I'm not sure any review can really do this film justice.
This is a joke to you.
No. Right now, nothing is a joke anymore.
Yes, nearly the entire movie is set inside Locke's vehicle as he drives from a construction site to a hospital, connecting on the phone with the most important people in his life. But the voice performances from the telephone-only characters are great, and Hardy delivers one of the best acting jobs I've ever seen at the movies. At number 2, Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. This is the most visually stunning movie of the year and also one of the most spiritual. The uniformly excellent cast includes Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, Michael Caine, and John Lithgow, all standouts. Interstellar works as a futuristic Dust Bowl drama, a sci-fi mystery, a time-bending adventure, and a powerful connection of the heart even after a loved one has moved on. Now, as much as I loved all those movies, many of them relatively recent releases, I had a pretty strong feeling back in June. I had already seen the best movie of 2014, and that is Richard Linklater's Boyhood. You might have heard the story of how Linklater filmed this coming-of-age story for weeks at a time over a 12-year period. So we see Mason L.R. Coltrane and Linklater's daughter Samantha growing up before our very eyes. There's so much that could have gone wrong with this project, but it all gets done perfectly in one of the best movies ever made about growing up in America.
Looks like you can use the bumpers.
You don't want the bumpers. Life doesn't give you bumpers.
Rarely has a film felt so in touch with real life, from the sibling dynamic, to the come-and-go father, to the sometimes overwhelmed mother, to the feeling of being 18 and being simultaneously terrified and brimming with enthusiasm about the future. I loved every second of this 160-minute film. All right, that's it for 2014. Just around the corner, a new year and hundreds of new movies for us to discover together. I'm Richard Roeper. I'll see you at the movies.